Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? My name is Louie, and this is actually episode 1 of Lonely, the podcast where I am alone here in my room. Um, where I am here alone in my room. However, that doesn't really matter because, shit, we're just here for shits and giggles. This is a comedy podcast. Um, and I say comedy in the sense that I'm just making fun of shit that a lot of people take seriously. And I'm gonna make fun of myself as well. Just we're gonna be telling anecdote. We're gonna fuck. We're gonna be telling anecdotes. Um, we're gonna be rambling about a lot of things. So stay tuned for the show. It's gonna be pretty solid. Okay. Shit. Hell. It's been such a while since I have another podcast. Not to plug that one. That one's more like locker room talk. This one's more, hey, I'm a human. And I kind of relate to this guy because those thoughts are in my head as well. For example, I know I'm not the only one. I know there's other people out there, but so recently I've been thinking I am a kind of guy that I want to do so many things. However, I get ADHD with everything I start. It's really, really hard for me to. I know this is a flaw that I have. I will start something, get really passionate about it, and then I just don't know how to finish it. Not because I don't want to, but it's just I don't know why I can't stop it. Then in the midst in the midst of finishing that one thing, I'll have another idea, and then it'll be kind of like a shiny object scenario. I'll have another idea, and then I'll get addicted with that, and the cycle is a never ending cycle. I just keep going, the same bullshit, and I think that stresses the fuck out of me. Um, it's kind of funny because I did get like a little bald spot on my hair. Uh, only like two people know about this shit. And I was getting my hair cut, right? And then my hairstylist, she says, "Oh, you have a bald spot." I'm like, "What? What the shit?" Okay, no, I'm pretty sure that's just my cowlick. She said, "No, it's like next to your cowlick." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So, yeah, took a pic of it, and it was kind of annoying because like that pissed me off. I'm like, "Fuck!" Now I have another bullshit to stress about. But um, I'm not gonna go bald or anything like that. Like it's not. I don't have. My family doesn't suffer from that. So we just have fucked up hairlines, but that's about it. We don't go bald. Um, but yeah, so that got me thinking like Jesus Christ. If that's gonna affect me, then what am I worrying about, right? This podcast right now, we're starting off in a slow start, okay? It's been such a minute since I've been on a pod before, my own pod. And I'm just kind of rambling my thoughts together. Uh but anyway, the reason why I was bringing up the thing on why I start so many things and then I never really fully finish them is because right now I am in the phase of I want to do comedy. I want to do stand up comedy. Uh, in my journey of figuring out myself as a human, I'm thinking, you know what? A lot of people tell me I'm funny, and I don't know if it's because I say really out of pocket shit, like unfiltered. So I don't know if they say I'm funny because they think what I'm saying is either funny or fucking stupid. Because I'm the type of guy, I'm either super likable or people don't like me. It's either one way or it's very black and white. I don't think I've gone any like, you're kind of okay. Right now, you probably don't really, you can't tell my personality from if you're a new viewer or anything like that. You probably can't tell. I'm gonna get rid of my gum because I'm getting annoying. Just hear myself chew. You probably can't tell, but I like to compel. I can't even talk today. I like to compare myself to Michael Scott from The Office. Well, like 80% Michael Scott, 10% Jim, or 15% Jim, and then 5% Dwight. because I am kind of I don't know. I have that. I like pranks and shit like that. So uh, before I even get to the prank thing, anyway. So yeah, I'm not really likable, but at the same time, I'm very likable. So that's a little bit about me. Um, Anywho, going back to the fuck, going back to the unfinished thing. So yeah, I want to pursue stand up comedy, and I know here in California, I have LA right there, so I could easily do that. Open mics, right? So I'm just gonna give you guys a little taste of my my stand up. I have a joke. I only have one joke, and it's like a shitty joke. I need to work on my timing, so just be prepared. This is gonna be shitty and it's gonna be awful. I haven't practiced it too much, but here it is. All right, let me just pull it up. Stand up. It's a stupid monologue. I have like two monologues. All right, so this is how it starts. Pete Davidson, thank you very much for making 85% of America feel like we have a shot with hot girls. Reason reason being is as a fellow medium ugly guy, I'm the president of the committee. I know you're the god of that committee, but I am the president. I'm I mean I barely even pass. I'm more ugly, but I just like to believe that I'm medium ugly just to make myself feel a little bit better, but I just want to say thank you. Some might say I feel a little bit luckier than an orphan right before he's about to sign. God. Okay, that's the thing. I don't know how to word this part because it's okay, whatever. I'll just say it. Some might say I'm luckier than an orphan at the office about to get signed up to his brand new life with his brand new parents, right? Some might say that's a really good moment. Imagine how I feel. Luckier than that, right? Although and I'm thinking like if I'm performing this as an audience, I'm gonna like interact with the audience. So this is the part when I'm like I talk for the audience. So the audience would be like, "Why, Louis? Oh, well, thank you for asking, audience. I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. Well, because shit, look at me. I had two perfectly happy ex-girlfriends. I think right now, since I'm looking at my phone, it's coming off a bit shitty. I should have memorized it. You know what? Let's scrap this. Anyway, you get the gist of it. You see how I literally cannot finish things? I don't know if it's because I have ADHD or I honestly don't know. That is my biggest flaw. Again, going back to this bullshit. However, I have really good memory, so I don't forget to go back to things. Just how we were talking earlier about fuck. I have really good memory as I forget to fucking the topic that we previously spoke about. All right, carry on. We'll move on. As a listener, I'm so sorry if you're like, God damn it, this guy just he's going somewhere, but he just won't finish his stories. Hey, I'm gonna work on that, okay? If you're listening, it's probably because you feel the same way I do. Um, I believe if somebody's gonna fuck with me, it's probably because they like my personality. Um, right now, I am being as pure and as raw, I would say, as dude. It comes off so cheesy. I'm being super genuine right now. No, I dead ass am. But it's really hard to speak without having somebody kind of reply back to you. So I'm kind of just imagining you fuckers out there. Anywho, well, yeah, I want to pursue stand up. Stand up something that I really I don't know. I fuck it. Okay, I'll just explain the joke. Well, pretty much it was like a joke of me being like medium ugly because right now that's what's kind of what girls are liking. Thank God. Thank God they don't like the hot dudes anymore. They're like, this is how you know it's gone bad when girls are going like, you know what, hot guys are not a thing anymore. So let's just stick to the next best thing. Not cute guys, not medium cute guys, not semi cute guys, but it's just straight up medium ugly. Let's just go medium ugly. And I just think to myself, as a ugly, almost medium ugly dude, I'm so down. Thank you. Should have seen my ex. Fucking was a 10. And I'm not trying to hype myself up. I honestly don't know how he got that. Like, I would look at my old pics and I would think, holy God, Jesus, fuck. That's why is fucking this hot ass Asian girl with this fucking golem looking motherfucker, you know what I mean? And get this, this was before I had tattoos. So I know the tattoos right now, it's the only thing that kind of makes me a little bit attractive. And some of them you can't even see. So the only thing you can see is this, not even full sleeve. So I'm just like, God. But hey, fuck it, whatever. Personality, right? That's what we that's what we like to tell ourselves. And the fucked up thing is, us guys, we're strictly physical, right? We're strictly physical. That's kind of what attracts us, but it's just kind of like I don't know a shit ton of animal or biology science, but what I do know is that that's just how the male species is. We're just strictly physical and fuck it, whatever. It is what it is, right? Now, don't even get me started on like the shit I think about on a regular basis. Okay. So you're probably wondering like, what the fuck do you do for a living? How do you make money, right? Um, I actually I used to work at a pharmacy. I was a manager there, right? I've always believed that I would be an entertainer. Um, I want to make movies one day. Not necessarily be in them, but just make them. And I want to make an animation, right? Which right now I'm kind of struggling. Like, how do you even get one started if you don't know how to animate? Because I have a really good concept. I have a script and everything. I just don't know how to get it started without kind of having a name. So the reason why I wanted to start a podcast was, hey, if this shit blows up, maybe that could be a step towards the right direction, right? And I won't know unless I try. So I'm definitely a believer in trying things before you give up. However, I usually just, not that I give up, but I just fucking get ADHD. Fuck. Anywho, I work at a pharmacy and having a 9 to 5 job is like, is chill. It's fine, right? But what do you do when you feel like you're not a normal human, right? I'm sure every person probably feels like they're special, right? Or if they don't, they're probably like really egotistical, which I know I am a little bit, but it's kind of what you need, right? To feel like you got to push a little bit. Obviously, you have to take action and work and all that bullshit, but overall, in the overall spectrum, you kind of have to feel like you're special. So, yeah, that job was really chill. Everybody was very, very normal in comparison to me. I like to, this sounds fucking stupid. I like to believe or kind of see myself as a main character in my life, which I think it's a good point of view. A lot of people should probably see that. But with me, it got to the point where I literally, every human I interact, I feel like they're characters. So whenever I would talk to some people, and I'm not saying this bullshit to be like, oh, this guy's trying to be funny. Like, no, dead ass. When I say this, I mean it. So we had this new coworker. She was older, right? And every time I talked to her, I'd always ask her questions, like personal questions. And as I was conversing with her, I'd always say, the reason why I'm asking you this is just so I can find out the character development with you. And then she'd say, what do you mean? I'm like, well, like you're in my story, I feel like there needs to be character development. So I don't really know you. They just wrote you in the script. So I need to figure you out. And then she's kind of like, what the fuck is this kid saying? So I know that's probably some fucking twisted thing in my brain. And I know for a fact I need therapy. Funny story about that. Not really funny, but I don't know why us humans we like to say that bullshit. Funny story, but it's not funny at all. Like, anyway, ADHD. You know what? This podcast should be called ADHD. Fuck it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe lonely. Fuck it. I'm gonna carry on with the story. So I tried to get therapy, right? And I did not know the difference between a psychiatrist and a therapist. So I just went through my insurance and then I looked. There was like a tab for mental health, and I just clicked on it, booked some bullshit, whatever. Right? I go, get to the appointment, and the doctor's like, "Okay, so what meds do you want?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he just asked, "Yeah, like what meds? Like, do you have anxiety, depression? Like, what do you need?" I'm like, "Oh no, I just need to talk to somebody." And he said, "Oh, okay, so yeah, I don't do that. I just give meds." Which got me thinking, like, bro, if I probably say, like, yo, give me some fucking Xannies, he probably would have done it, right? So that is a little concerning when I did that. And I'm not even that mad that he didn't get to talk to me. I'm mad that I had to still pay a fucking copay. Like, I paid like $60 just to fucking get told that that dude couldn't help me. He couldn't just fucking, he couldn't fucking tell me over the phone, like, oh, no, no, no. Like, he's just gonna give you meds. But then again, it's also my fault for fucking being a dumbass and not looking at. Okay, point being is, I know what the difference is now, and fuck, I probably should have brought water. Whatever. If my lips start to get dry and you start hearing like, it's probably because God, actually, you know what? Okay, fuck it, fuck it. We'll run with this. Anywho, moving forward, I'm still trying to figure myself out, and I'm just using you guys as my therapy, since I don't have a therapist, and I'm not lazy, but I'm a little lazy to get a therapist now, since I mean I already did the effort and it was like such a hassle just to book things. If if it was easier, I feel like a lot of people would do it more, but I mean, hey, look, if you're actually in a fucked up place, then fucking do it. I know I'm fucked up a little bit, but I guess I'll just deal with it. You know, if it won't get to the point where I'm like suicidal. Which brings me to my next point. Um, I'm not suicidal, but I do think life would be easier if I was, you know. And again, I know this is morbid as fuck, but I would never kill myself. Fucking 2 years later, I'm like in the news. Kid with a shitty podcast found dead. Okay, this is my humor, dark humor. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. This is where the fine line between me being likable and me being not likable is like. So if you still don't know whether you like me or not, then just I'm gonna keep talking, and you'll probably make your oh god, you'll probably decide if once I keep talking. So anywho, yeah, life would be so much easier. And then I was talking to my cousin. I was asking him like, or I wasn't asking him. I was telling him this exact same thing. And then he hit me with a fucking curveball. He said, "How do you know?" Then I thought to myself, "Fuck, he's right. I don't know." So in theory, it could be harder if I was dead. I don't know, and I'm low-key not down to find out anytime soon. Plot twist again 2 years later. No, okay. And then going back to the stand-up thing, I was gonna finish off my joke like saying something like, "Oh, I'm not suicidal," or I don't feel like shit, or at least not yet until 2 years into my career, because I guess a lot of happy people and a lot of comedians, they they're very depressed, right? Fortunately, I'm not, but I am stressed the fuck out. And I would always fucking tell myself, what the hell is anxiety, right? And I think I just discovered it. Not that, oh, hell yeah, anxiety. Fuck yeah. Unlocked achieved. Because fuck that. I wish I didn't discover it. But in the morning, sometimes I would, or if you get anxiety, maybe everyone's thing is different, right? But you let me know if this is kind of similar to you. Sometimes in the morning, like very early in the morning, I'll feel like a weird feeling in my stomach, and like sometimes I might want to like throw up. Some people are probably like, "That's anorexia." Okay, no, it's not that, cause I know I'm fucking scrawny, but I'm not that. Okay, I don't intentionally do it. Also, I don't know between like those things, so I'm also very. I would like to think I'm a very smart, stupid person. Like I'm, yeah, yeah. I would like to say I'm smart, but I'm not fucking stupid. Although some might beg to differ. Although some might beg to differ, but hmm, who knows? Okay. I did have a little segment. I wanted to talk to the people. Talk to you guys. Let's see. I have like a million notes on my phone. Like anytime I get some type of idea, I always write it down. Or like to do lists or shit like that. Let's see. Give me a second, people. Dun, 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 dun. Bum bum ba da da dun 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 dun. This is what I was thinking. You let me know. Should your partner be the best person you ever had sex with? Like, think about that one. Please process that through your head and then analyze that question. Reason being is, let's just say you're with a, let's just say you, for the sake of the example, you have like 10 kills on your resume, right? And you're thinking to yourself, okay, kill number 8 was one of the top 3 kills I've had. But my girl right now, she's the best. She's amazing. But 2 girls ago, that one was like phenomenal. I right? Now, I wish I had somebody else here to, kind of rebuttal that. But in theory, every single time you're in a relationship, you always think they're the best, right? And then it got me thinking, I think not necessarily because of the way they fuck or anything like that, but I think it's your connection towards them. So that makes them the best. So, If you feel the same, please let me know. Or if you don't, please let me know. I'm genuinely curious. I'm a very curious human being. To the point where I'm the kind of guy that if we were to do it, I would be like, was it good? Or like, can you like I practically have like a little Yelp review on my in my brain. Or like, where could we improve? Like, do you mind taking 5 minutes for this survey just to like answer a couple questions? And you can lie to me and tell me if I'm ass, because like how am I gonna get better if I don't get told, right? Which I don't know. Maybe some people don't like to be told that because it can be like hurtful, and I get it. I can see why it could be hurtful, but hey, if you don't get your critical feedback, how are you gonna be the best? So I guess that's one decent thing about me that I take pride in. I want to know what I'm shitty at so I can improve on. Um, but yeah, I think I'm a very bad boyfriend in a lot of ways. Or I think my current self is very bad at being a boyfriend. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm single. Uh, but only because I'm an awful guy at time management. Especially when you're not that rich or anything like that. It's fucking annoying. And I know people are gonna say, well, when you love somebody, you're gonna do anything. Exactly. I love I loved her so much to the point that she deserved way more time. And going back to the stress bullshit, I'm just very stressed, and if you're not happy with yourself, why should you kind of bring negative energy towards another person that's like, cuz think about it, it would be so draining for them, like having to deal with that bullshit. So once I'm good, I'm coming back, baby, come back. You can do it all again. When and ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-dum. I don't. I'm not really good at lyrics either or singing, but hmm. Also, I was thinking about this the other day. What is the worst way somebody can cheat on you, right? I mean, cheating is cheating. Cheating is fucked, right? It is. But what's the worst way? There has to be like a top three worst ways. Some people might argue, like, oh, so if they sleep with your best friend, sleep with your family member, right? Sleep with fucking your granny, your dog, right? But I think it's even deeper than that. It's not who you do it with, but what you do with that person, right? Get this. What do you mean, Lily? Thank you, audience. Let me explain. So let's just say you and your girl, because she's gonna cheat on you. You guys have like a signature, I don't know, drink that you guys always get together, right? Or you do a special thing on a certain day, right? Excuse me. So now, what if for XYZ reason, your girl ends up doing something else with that person, the thing you guys loved, she does it with them. I feel like, oh, fuck that. I am going to be an assassin. I will be charged with manslaughter. I'm going to fucking go nuts over that. Because, like, bro, fuck you. And to even one up that, if she gives the person head, doesn't even fuck, just straight up head, and you find out, I'm like, bro, are you didn't have to do that. Like, you're not the one that's actually getting pleasure out of that, right? But by the way, actually no, this has happened to me before actually. So that's probably why I'm like I was thinking subconsciously, why did I think about this? But I think that shit did happen to me. So that makes sense why I think that's the worst thing ever. But yeah, because think about it. From a guy's point of view, the girl doesn't, and girls, you're probably gonna be thinking, no, we enjoy it. We enjoy it, but like physically, you don't get out of it. It's like more mentally that you're kind of like, oh, dude, I totally did this for this guy, so I feel like a badass. But not necessarily physically. In your mouth, you're like, my mouth is also having an orgasm while I'm sucking this dude off. That's not how it works, or at least I don't think so. But yeah, that's what I mean, right? Let me go back to the story though on what how it happened to me. So, and this shit was years ago when I was in middle school. Um, so growing up in Orange County, I, I I don't know if I look like the kind of guy to you as in the new viewer or somebody that knows me. Uh, I don't know if I look like the kind of guy that you know, uh, like a scumbag guy. I'm not sure. I kind of feel like I do, just because of I don't know, the people I hung out with and shit like that. But yeah, I was a scumbag guy. Long story short, I was a scumbag guy. I tried drugs at a very early age, and I had sex at a very early age. Like, how early are we talking, Louis? Well, audience, thank you again. I believe it was like 12 or 13. I don't recall, but yeah. Anyway, so that girlfriend I would consider my first love. Not really, because I didn't really. I just said I love you, but I don't think I felt it. It was just the fact that I had a girlfriend, and we hung out. But anyway, um, yeah. So this girl, she was older than me. Uh, I believe by a year, and she one day. So every single day after school, we'd always walk. She kind of technically walked me, because my house was before hers. She had to keep walking, like a little bit. Sometimes I'd walk her all the way, but it's like realistically, bro, why am I gonna walk you all the way to your house and then walk back to my house when I was like already there? Like, I could have just stayed, right? But anyway, that's just me thinking like a fucking kid and being lazy. So, point being is go point being is I go home, or we're walking. I go to my house, right? And then later on, she texts me, but I forgot the reason why we were arguing, but I didn't text her back. So she came to my house. God. So she came to my house, or she sent somebody to my house to like ask for me, like one of my neighbors, whatever. And I end up coming down, and then she's like, "Can we talk?" And I'm like, "Why? What's up?" And she said, "But when I tell you, please don't be upset." And I'm just thinking as a kid, like, okay, like, why would I be upset? Because, like, what are you gonna tell me? Like, you killed my dog, or I didn't have a dog at the time, but like, what can you say? I'm not thinking anything of that. So she said that, long story short, her I love how I keep saying long story short, but the stories are not getting shorter. They're just feel like they're getting longer. Uh Anywho, she said that her cousin's friend slept over. They had like a family function, and I believe, I'm not sure if she gave him head. I think she did. But anyway, she cheated, right? And the dude was like, so we're middle schoolers, and the dude's like a fucking high schooler, like 16-year-old. So this dude's already a fucking pussy because he clearly couldn't get anybody his age. So he had to go. And I know age doesn't matter, but when you're like in school, that kind of matters, right? Because if you're a freshman guy dating a freshman girl, it's normal, right? But if you're a freshman guy dating a senior girl, you're a fucking a god, right? However, I don't think girls see girls like that, in the sense like, oh, why is this senior girl dating this fucking freshman? Especially if there is no like power dynamic. Like if he's just like a normal dude, he's not like a popular kid or anything like that. But anyway, I'm not here to discuss the hierarchy of fucking high school and all that bullshit. Point being is, she cheated on me, and I thought to myself, huh, you know what? Get the fuck out of here, like whatever, right? I don't know what happened after. We probably did end it on good terms, but I just told her to leave. Or actually, no. I recall now. So she ended up actually. I stopped texting her, and she didn't show up to school for like 3 days, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Did she transfer out? Like, I'm tripping. So one day, I go and I knock on her house, and I'm like, yeah, where the fuck is this girl? Oh yeah, also it was like fucking late at night too. I totally skipped over that part, but it was late at night. I knocked on her window. Her dad was not, or she wasn't in her room. Her dad was actually in her room. So okay, I told that story so shitty. Let me go back. I knock on her window, and I expect her to like come out, because this window doesn't have a screen. It's just like you can just totally go inside. So I see somebody lifting up the window, and I put my hand through the window, and as I'm putting my hand through the window, I I feel a fucking rough ass hand, and it's her dad. For some reason, he's sleeping in her room, and I'm just like, holy fuck. So I just bounce, right? And he saw me. And then the next day, she ends up like actually showing up to school, and she's in crutches. So I'm like, huh. First of all, why the fuck is she in crutches? And second of all, why the fuck was the dad in her room? So she like, I like pretend like whatever just happened didn't happen, like our argument or whatever. And then we're talking, right? And then she's like, yeah, it's so weird because my dad, for some reason, he said he saw you last night. I'm like, what? The fuck? Is your dad on crack? Like, is he drinking again? Like, what do you mean? And she said, yeah, I know. That's what my mom and I told him. But like, why the fuck would you come like at night? I'm like, yeah, I know exactly. I don't even have a car. I'm 12. But we didn't live that far from each other, so I just walked. But yeah, so she ended up telling me that I guess she like got pissed at herself, so she like hit her knee with a fucking hammer. Which it's like, so I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck would you hit your knee with a hammer? But I mean, kids do dumb shit when they're young. I cannot imagine my kids when they're young. If they're gonna have me as a dad, the fucking lunatic. My wife's gonna be the normal one for sure. For she has to be, for our kids' sake. Otherwise, I am so sorry. I am so sorry to Earth after I'm gone and I just leave those kids. And then they just keep multiplying like fucking viruses. I might be big. Actually, no. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this because I'm having a blast. Lonely, the podcast where a lonely guy is talking about his anecdotes. I don't know why I'm having a difficult time saying the word anecdote. Anec- Anecdote. I feel like I'm saying it so fucking foreign. Like anecdote. 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 Yeah, I don't know. How crazy would it be if one day I have a guest on this podcast? Even though this podcast is strictly for me to just vent and like talk. But I mean, fuck it, I'm down. Why not? But it wouldn't be like one of those guests like every single podcast, like, oh yeah, we're here to interview. Nah, it'd probably be more like a family member type shit. Or yeah. Uh Also, okay. How do you guys feel about breaking up with somebody but still fucking like having sex with them? Is that chill or I'm just gonna talk for both perspectives. I would say one is chill because think about it. You know they're clean, and as long as you're kind of like talking and nobody else is fucking like somebody else, and I feel like it's perfectly healthy. Um, Especially for men because like it's statistically proven that like when you release yourself, it releases stress, and I don't like being stressed, and I'm just doing it just simply for the medical benefit, not because I want to. Um, but it could be I guess it could be a little fucked because yeah, I guess I don't know. It could be fucked. I've tried a rhino pill from the gas station because one of my buddies told me about it, and I didn't believe that it was gonna work that well. But for the boys out there, it works. It fucking works. So okay, let me put it this way: you're literally on. So it lasts for 7 days. However, the first day, the following morning, you will have the most atrocious fucking headache on earth. It's awful. Like it got to the point where I'm like, dude, I don't want to stand up. I just want to lie down and take like Advil or some shit or ibuprofen because the headaches were really bad. Like it was one of like a straight up migraine. It was that bad. But dude, I was going for like I was going and I stopped because I was that solid, right? By the way, I'm not packing or anything, so don't even get any ideas. Um, yeah, and I'm proud of that. I mean, I'm not proud of it. It's like I gotta live with it. I make up for it with my personality, right? Plus, you know that one TikTok where people are like, or it's that one guy when he's like, "Let's fucking go." Yeah, that's me every time. They're like, "It's okay. Doesn't have to be big or anything." Or on TikTok, it's like TikTok is reading my mind when there's like dudes asking her like, "Does size matter?" And all of them say no. There's probably like a 0.0001% of people like, kind of or yeah, but for the most part, it's no. So thank you, personality. I do believe growing up ugly is what kind of makes somebody's personality. Like I said, it's usually you want to. Okay, dating advice: if you like somebody in high school or you really click with them, for whatever reason they have a really nice personality, keep talking to them, keep in touch with them because it's the ugly ducklings that fucking bloom, and that is a fact. I I'm not a living case of that, but at least my personality did, right? So, although the only thing I do have is that I'm a little tall. 5'6". So, right. And by that I mean like taller than the average female, because they're usually like 5'2", right? Um, let's see. Let's see. Oh God, I'm so sorry I'm being disrespectful. It's just my dad. He texted me like if I wanted food, and I'm also currently trying to work out, trying to bulk up at least like 30 pounds. So whenever they ask or whenever they offer to bring food, I'm like, please bring a lot. Jesus, but yeah. Also, I would like to say that I stopped jerking it. And oh yeah, fucking cap liar. No, dead ass. Okay, when I say dead ass, I never lie on dead ass. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. I take dead ass very seriously. So I dead ass haven't jerked it since March. So right now we're in December. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Almost 9 months. Almost 9 months. I've been clean. I feel like one of those addicts. Like, yes, hi, I'm Louie. I'm 9 months clean from not fapping it, and I'd just like to say it's been working. Or I would like to say like single player. I haven't done any single player. Obviously, multiplayer doesn't count. Like 2v2. Actually, technically, 2v2 doesn't make sense. 1v1. I haven't done any 1v1s. I've only done. Oh God, I am an idiot. I also okay. If this annoys you about me, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. But this will give you another reason not to like me. For whatever reason, I avoid saying things directly, and I just use like I switch the terms. So, for example, when I say like a kill count, or when I say like how many, um, like when I said the single player mode, rather than saying like I don't masturbate, I just not that I don't, not that I think those words are taboo or anything like that, but it sounds funnier, and I guess I'm a big believer on making yourself laugh, or I really try to make myself laugh a lot. Um, like okay, so there was sometimes at my pharmacy job, I would prank them, and I wouldn't even film it, and I know for a fact if I were to film it, dude, fucking millions of views for sure. Let me see. Okay, there was this one time when one of my bosses, I didn't know she was like actually super afraid of cockroaches, but I bought like a pack of like probably 20 cockroaches, right? And I just had one in a tissue paper. And I just asked her like, "Hey, what's this?" And bro, she like jumped like 30 feet back. And the worst part of it all was like she actually cried. So I felt really shitty about that. I like to prank people, but I don't like to hurt people's feelings. So that's kind of uh there's a fine line of the shit I do. I am fucked up, but I am not. I've I do feel guilty sometimes, or a lot of the times. Not that I'm into astrology or anything like that, but if any of you can guess what my sign is, please let me know. I will give a hint. Not that that fucking matters. Uh, Actually, this is gonna be a huge hint. Although some people might get like a 50-50, but if you were to watch the show You, Joe Goldberg and I are the same sign. So if you're gonna be a cheater, and fucking look it up, but yeah. The character, not the actor, but the character. Um yeah, so I'm definitely an emotional dude. Which I don't give a fuck about. I don't try to be hard. I would fight. I wouldn't prefer to, but I mean fuck it. If the scenario or the environment needs somebody to fight and I have to, then fuck. I guess we're throwing hands. But yeah. I mean, I think that's probably why I have tats, just so I can look harder, even though I'm gonna be forward and I'm a fucking pussy. But I guess that's kind of a little admirable, right? Because, I mean, realistically, even people that are hard, they're still pussies, right? They're just, they just don't say it. Actually, I think the whole world is a pussy. Everyone's full of pussies, but they just don't say it. I think it's just whoever actually has a balls to say this shit. Son, reverse psychology. I'm a pussy, but at the same time, I'm not. So, take that with a grain of salt. Hmm. You know what's also weird? One day I'm gonna be married and I'm gonna have kids, right? And I'm gonna look at this bullshit and I'm gonna say, God damn, this guy was a fucking cringy ass motherfucker. But at least he was being himself. At least he was being genuine. So that's the only thing I don't give a fuck about. Um, I know this episode has a lot to unpack. Like, this dude is fucking weird. I get that. And give me a sec. I'm gonna try to keep these episodes like 50 minutes, or I don't know, not too long, just because I feel like I do ramble a lot, and maybe I am a little boring. But if you fuck with this, or hopefully you're listening to this while you're doing something else, so I'm not completely wasting your time, because I do give a shit about people, not what they think of me, but I do give a shit about wasting their time and shit like that. So please, I hope you're multitasking while you're listening to this, or maybe watching this, however way you came across this. I appreciate you. Um, but I just wanted to leave this with a little anecdote, or I wanted to end this with pretty much saying how one day, again, this is I don't know why this is on the theme of fucking suicide and shit like that. Um, which I'm not. But again, one day when I'm dead, I actually do have recordings of myself for whatever reason. If I die before my parents or my brother or whatever, my kids, I have recordings for, like, specifically. I just hope that my bro doesn't fucking forget, because once I'm dead, if he forgets to fucking distribute, that's all he has to do, just distribute the fucking content, right? Like, to whoever it belongs to. That's gonna piss me off if he forgets, because, like, bro, you bastard, you have one job, man. You had one fucking job. But yeah, I think that's gonna be funny, especially obviously because I'm gonna die, like, at least I know for a fact I'm probably gonna die past 100. Obviously with technology, I'm thinking maybe 120, 118. I don't know why 118 is very very vivid in my head, but 118, 120, somewhere around that. And probably by 118, 120, I'm probably gonna look like I'm 80, because obviously tech. And I mean, okay, another thing. How old do you guys think I am? Like, realistically, I mean, I'll tell you on the next episode. Actually, no, I won't remember. Okay, How about this? Just say it out loud or whatever. Comment it, but I'm gonna say it right now in like 5 seconds. Okay. 24. If you guessed 24, then congrats to you. You're good at guessing people's ages. If you didn't, then you suck at guessing people's ages. Let's see. Yeah, I genuinely share this pod. If you actually feel like we're having a conversation, or if you actually like it or enjoying it, please fucking share it. And if you're gonna share, if you fuck with the pod, come back next week. Honestly, new episode every Sunday, forever, or at least until I have my first kid. But I am making a promise. It doesn't matter if it doesn't get traction or anything like that, but at least for the people who care, every Sunday. Every Sunday. I think that's it. If you want to follow my social media, you can. You don't have to. It's really not that big a deal. Although you should, because I do post shit on my stories and stuff like that. And if you end up finding my social media, comment on any of my pics and just say, like, Lonely Pod. Just Lonely Pod. Just so I know who the real ones are. Lonely Pod. Yeah. But yeah. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye. I'm fucking awkward. Like a fucking. What am I, a politician? Actually, that almost. If I had my hands straight, that would have been a different politician. A German one. Fuck. All right. Later.